Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that money had never existed. No cash, no buying, no bank accounts, no prices. Would civilization completely collapse? Or would humans simply find another way to cooperate? Most people think money is what built civilization. But what if civilization actually came first? And money was only one solution to a much older problem. To answer that question, we have to travel back thousands of years. Back to a time when there were no coins, no paper bills, and no digital payments. Only people trying to survive. Early humans didn't wake up wondering how much something cost. They woke up wondering whether they would find food before sunset. Small groups hunted together. They gathered fruit, built shelters, and protected one another. If one hunter caught a large animal, everyone usually shared the meal. Not because they were always generous, but because tomorrow someone else might be the successful hunter. You help others today because someday you'll probably need their help too. In a small tribe where everyone knows each other, this system works surprisingly well. Trust becomes more valuable than wealth. But everything changes once societies begin to grow. As villages grew into towns, trust alone was no longer enough. You couldn't personally know every farmer, builder, or merchant. People began trading goods directly. A farmer exchanged wheat for pottery. A hunter traded animal skins for tools. This system is called barter. At first, barter sounds like a perfect replacement for money, but it hides a surprisingly difficult problem. Imagine you bake bread. You need a new pair of shoes. The shoemaker doesn't want bread. He wants fresh fish. Now you have to find a fisherman who wants bread and hope that fisherman is willing to trade fish for it. Economists call this the double coincidence of wants. Both people must want exactly what the other has at exactly the same time. As societies became larger, that happened less and less often. Trade slowed down. Opportunities disappeared. Entire markets became less efficient. So people searched for something that everyone would accept. Throughout history, different civilizations experimented with remarkable solutions. Some used salt, others used shells, some even traded giant carved stones or pieces of metal. None of these objects had magical value. Their real power came from one simple idea. Everyone agreed they could be exchanged for something else. Now let's imagine something even more interesting. What if humans had never invented money at all? Would we still have cities? Would companies exist? Could technology ever reach the level it has today? At first, the answer might seem obvious. Without money, progress should stop. But history suggests the answer isn't that simple. Humans have always been incredibly good at solving problems. If money never existed, we would probably invent an entirely different system for organizing cooperation. Instead of currency, your reputation might become your greatest asset. Imagine every helpful action you perform being remembered by your entire community. The more you contribute, the more others trust and support you. In small communities, systems like this have actually existed throughout history. People exchanged labor, shared resources, and relied on long-term relationships instead of immediate payment. Today we still do something surprisingly similar. When friends help each other move, they usually don't exchange money. Parents raise children without sending them monthly invoices. Neighbors often share tools expecting they'll be returned later. These everyday moments reveal something important. Not every exchange depends on money. Many depend on trust, and trust may be the oldest currency humanity has ever created. So does that mean money isn't actually important? Not quite. Money didn't create human cooperation. It made cooperation possible between millions of complete strangers. Think about the phone in your pocket. Its materials were mined in different countries. Its parts were designed by thousands of engineers. Factories assembled it, cargo ships transported it across oceans, stores placed it on shelves, Most of those people will never meet you. Yet they all worked together to create something you use every day. Without a shared system of exchange, coordinating that level of cooperation would be incredibly difficult. Money isn't valuable because it's paper, metal, or numbers on a screen. It's valuable because billions of people collectively believe it has value. In many ways, money is one of the largest shared stories humanity has ever created. Just like laws, countries, or corporations, it exists because enough people agree that it does. That doesn't make it fake. It makes it one of the most powerful ideas ever invented. Now imagine a world where humans chose a completely different idea to organize society. Our cities, technology, and daily lives might look completely different, but our desire to cooperate, solve problems, and build civilizations would probably remain exactly the same. Maybe the greatest invention wasn't money itself. Maybe it was humanity's ability to trust complete strangers. Money simply became the language that made that trust scalable. So the next time you hold a coin or tap your phone to pay, remember, you're not just exchanging money. You're participating in one of the largest systems of cooperation our species has ever built. And perhaps that's the real invention that changed the world. If you enjoy exploring questions that completely change the way you see history, science, and human behavior, consider subscribing. Because sometimes the most ordinary things hide the most extraordinary stories.